Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Japan in MEIOU and Taxes. So, this is a new recording session for me, so still trying to remember everything that's happening. However, I did do a bunch of looking around for future purposes. Definitely did some research into the events relating to the two decisions here. Well, no, not this one. I don't really know what this one does, but yeah, actually I don't know what that one does, but it's probably not as big of a deal. Empower Kami, though, is very important. So what happens? When we click this, every daimyo will get an event basically saying that the shogun, me, is trying to consolidate power or something like that, and they get 20% every desire added, and they also take a minus 100 relations hit, so it's effectively like a 40% every desire hit, I think. That's how the math works out, maybe? And yeah, if they hit 100% liberty desire, they can just instantly go independent. So, we can potentially manipulate that in a way to make sure we can eat the right people right away. Or we can wait, and we can centralize the administration. Obviously, absolutism or centralization being 60 will take a lot longer, but then we can guarantee that not only, well, everybody would become a vassal instead of being a daimyo, and when they're a daimyo, you can't release them from being your subject, which means you can't manually eat them. So we could do that, like seize their land and then release them, and then we'll annex them that way, rather than having to wait and integrate them using Diplo points. That takes forever. Yeah, it kind of depends. We'll have to see what things look like when we get to that point. That being said, though, since I know what this button does now, we're gonna have to hold off on clicking it until we are truly secure with Liberty Desire. And I think all that's gonna need is me to expand and actually make use of the Korean land. That can be done. That can be arranged for sure. So that's what we'll work on. If you remember, you probably do since you saw the episode yesterday, these cores are still in the works and they are going to take forever. They're going to take so long that the truce with Korea, or Joseon, is going to actually end. Or they're even started, probably. So, yeah, lots of waiting to do. That being said, though, we could definitely afford just go for more. I think the overextension isn't hurting us that much. We're still making plenty of money. So in theory, we could go and just eat some more. Main thing I want to guarantee is always happening. We want to have aggressive expansion always ticking down. Otherwise, we are wasting precious improved relations. Yeah. Try to time that. We are limited to 100 or 1,000 manpower. Okay. Excellent year. You can never have too much manpower. You lose 9. Thanks, game. Good old integer overflow. I guess that's underflow. All these marriages and stuff. Yeah. Other things that I looked at, as far as what all I want to expand into, realistically, I'm pretty sure we can take most of China. I don't know if we can take everything. The long term, it's going to be really hard to actually eat all this stuff, because the dev is going to be so ridiculous. Unless we loot it, of course, which we can definitely do. I don't know how much more we can expand. I definitely want to expand up this way. That will require some colonization. I'm not sure, and I did ask, and nobody told me the answer, but down there at the bottom it says the East Siberia coast and the Kamchatka Peninsula can be colonized only if you owned and control a neighboring province. I know in the mod there are specific regions that will give you a free colonist, For instance, if you're up in Scandinavia, I'm pretty sure you get a colonist to finish off everything. I'm not sure if you get a colonist for colonizing this stuff. But if not, I did start planning out idea groups. And I think at some point we're probably going to have to take admin so that we can take expansion. We already have Empire unlocked. I'm not sure why. It might be triggered by the fact that we're an Empire here, maybe? Maybe by Celestial Empire government type? I'm not sure. I can look into the files on that one, because you can see the triggers for that. But, anyways, my point. Expansion is not too bad. Admin, I'd probably take it just to take expansion and then get rid of it afterwards. We take admin. Not really anything I want here. Yeah, all of this is so bad. But it does open up expansion. And expansion we can't see yet, but it gives me 3 colonists. And core creation cost reduction. Can't remember if we give states. Might give states too. Either way, it's definitely decent. So we'll probably end up taking that. I'm not sure how far we'll be able to colonize. I'm kind of hesitant to push too far south, just because trade gets kind of wonky. Like, we can't push anything from here anywhere useful. We consolidate all of South China, which could be done. Wait, no, that's South China Sea, not South China. Yeah, we'd have to own, like, the Philippines and Vietnam. And while that could be doable, I don't know if it's going to be a thing until, like, the very, very late game. I don't know if I can justify, like, focusing on that goal from the start. I think we'll just focus on consolidating things around here, making sure we direct trade the right way. It's just so unfortunate that all this stuff basically becomes useless. We could still make use of this if we can get 100% of the trade power here, which would be hard. Not really. We just collect in 2 places, since collecting is only a trade power hit. So, we'll see. Yeah. I did some planning for sure. I have a note ad with just notes for this campaign, so hopefully things go to plan. One other thing I did note as well, there's this guy right here, Urian Chad, I don't know. But he has a decent amount of cores all up in this area. We could use him. I don't think I'm going to, because of the fact that vassals suck. Well, they don't suck, but they certainly aren't good for holding onto land that you want. They're good for holding onto land you don't want. But, I mean, I don't want all this stuff. Somebody in the comments did mention, or did suggest, because I did ask, what the goals should be. And there are some decent ideas. I create like a, what's it called? Eastern Prosperity Sphere or whatever. And I think that might be a little too ambitious, unfortunately. So it would just be such a mess. We'll see. I'm just kind of learning things based on my Romania campaign, because it's one of the first like truly wide-ish campaigns I've ever done. Most of the campaigns I've ever done have been relatively centralized. Biggest empire I've ever had was Germany, with like true German Empire borders. And then I had like EU subjects in Russia, France, Spain, and I think Tuscany owning all of Italy. Like, with all those subjects, it's a lot different than owning stuff yourself. Of course. Yeah. Finding out how to play wide by yourself as Romania kind of opened my eyes to how awful it is to play super wide in this mod. This coring is so expensive, and yeah, there are a lot of downsides. The one good thing I can say about this one, compared to Romania at least, their culture group is so much bigger, and that will open up a lot more free cores. If you don't know, you can get free cores on anything of your culture, free Diptech 20, I think it is. And after Diptech 20, you can get free cores on your culture group. You just have to have the land, the territorial core, I think. And then you get the full core, so you don't have to pay that much. So we'll definitely be banking on that. Half price level 2 guy. Do I need that? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I can do that. Manageable. We're doing pretty fine on monarch points. I did do some thinking about ideas, of course. I think our next idea group is going to have to be leadership. Just because it's so good. And we're going to want good generals for fighting off Ming. Speaking of which, this war, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he gets to inherit this guy or not. If he does, that's really bad, because there's a good chance he will just get a free tributary on Korea here. Completely block my expansion. Okay, good. Quick land. Whew. Would have been really bad. Didn't even take Beijing, though. Cool, cool. Yeah, so we're just waiting on cores and waiting on the truce. In the meantime, we do have a decent amount of money. I don't think there's anything I want to build yet. Just because we're probably going to have to merc up. Yeah, I think that's going to have to happen. There's not really anything that'll make an immediate impact. Did throw down a merchant guild here. Just kind of something I want. Oh god, what is this? Know what's going on here? Let the feud run its course, I guess. And that was here. And the rest should be fine, yeah. Yeah, anyways, buildings. So, as far as stuff goes, urban population is 190,000. The marketplace is only really good for the first 40k. And this one's good for the first 80k. This would help a lot with trade. However, if you look at trade, there's no doubt in my mind that we need to move into the Korea Strait. We will do that as soon as we finish this core. We have the dip. Yeah, so we have 21% of the trade power here. There's only 5.8 ducats. And we are currently taking half, or losing half of our trade power here, because we're collecting here outside of our home trade node. So I imagine we have around 40% of the trade power in this node. Which means, if we move our trade node here, we're going to be making like 40% of 24 ducats. Pretty good. Yeah, that's where we're going to want to set up shop anyways, so. We could just move it here, right? That's 400 dip. Wow, that is painful. No longer valid, fair enough. Go and cancel that. Embargo. From Korea. To establish a residence in MEIOU. Ms. Han to be spending alternate years in each place. Okay. Hostages. Oh. Since the first recording session, I watched like a 3-hour documentary on Japanese stuff. Crazy. I don't think we should make our subjects angry for money and manpower, especially since the manpower doesn't do anything. I think we will do this, and let's see how the relations change. It's like plus 20. So it might have been just minus 20. Wouldn't have been that bad. But either way, make our subjects happy. They don't hate me. Kind of banking on them not hating me. Alright, let's see. There's something else I was doing. Oh yeah, moving trade. I want to move it here. Not that it really matters. But just for internal roleplay. I like to put my trade center in province that makes sense. I don't think it makes sense to put it in Sakisu. Woo, big shake. My dog, by the way. Okay, no. Alright, so that is done, which means we can start this core. 118 months. Beautiful. Now we'll go and move our trade. So let's take a look at trade beforehand. 9 ducats. Move it here. Should change things up significantly. What was it again? Yeah, 9 ducats. My attention span is very short. So we have 30%. And we're collecting out here for 10% of that. I don't think it's worth it to transfer trade. We can double check though. We got time to experiment. Got a whole extra ducat and a half. This is not negligible. We'll give it 1 more month. A new plague in Thana, that is in India, I'm pretty sure. Should be fine. Let's double check. Think anything changed? Okay. Now let's try transferring. Should not make, or it should actually lose me money, I think. We'll gain more trade power over here, but transferring an extra ducat down here, not worthwhile. Lose 0.2 ducats. We'll collect here for now. Once we have like 100% of the trade power here, then we can consider transferring. Ability goes up. If there are any privileges I can afford to deal with right now. The only ones I'd probably mess with would be the burghers and the lesser nobles. God, the burghers hate me. Give them some stuff. I don't want to give them autonomy because it's 25 on autonomy in my capital. Give them the inflation. Oh yeah, that's another thing I could spend my money on. Greater nobles, if I give you money, how much would it be? And 68. Give them prestige. 40 prestige though. I mean, I don't really have anything else to spend it on other than the improved relations. Going up so fast. Yeah. Spend it. Make use of it. Months until I can do it with the lesser nobles again. Although it'd probably be better just pay them. 10% of the population will be converted to Shinto. Yes. Eventually we do want to be Shinto, and I think the only way we're going to end up doing it is by events. I think there will be events. Was it early 16th century? Early 1500s? But we'll get those events as well that flip things. Insignificant here. About in the capital. Capital. Only insignificant. Either way. That'll be a thing for the future. And get our maintenance up a tiny bit, so we're reinforcing ever so slightly. Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense to go leadership ideas anyways, since we're so far ahead in mill. Station has fallen, that's fine. Hyperinflated earlier anyways. Will appropriate church property if my ruler wasn't so bad. Kinda sad we're gonna have really bad rulers, but I don't want to disinherit. I would like to keep this dynasty. Kind of the whole point of playing this particular tag. Oh. Right, those were blocked by coring range. Just a few months of progress there, but okay. Take the money here. As nice as it is to get rid of years of separatism, it's not that big of a deal right now. There's so much potential for growth, I swear. It's so exciting. And the Romania campaign, playing as Wallachia is, as you would imagine, pretty bad. Not a whole lot of internal growth over in that area. But here there's like so much food production. I think. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys a peek behind the curtains. What I have planned. So we're gonna go leadership with Tech 12. We go humanist with 16. Innovative with 20. And then democracy. Or, yeah, democratic? Either way, whatever it is. We're gonna go democracy with 24. And then 28. Probably gonna be trade. We could potentially do admin into expansion here. Kind of depends where we're at in Manchuria by that point. But the reason we want to do all of those things, humanist is nice for the years of separatism reduction. Innovative is decent for lots of things. Yeah, where was I? Innovative, yes. Good. They have tech cost reduction and stuff. Democracy also has years of separatism reduction. So stacking that with humanist means you basically make your provinces more worthwhile right away. If you look at our province here, as plus 0.35 economy per month from separatism, whereas with democracy ideas and humanists, it's pretty darn close to 0. So in that case, we'd be actually dropping autonomy pretty fast in this province. Province which has a great temple. Gamble. Alright, we kept it. Gamble pays off. Right, why aren't we improving with people? There you go. Are we actually maxed out on relations with everybody? I don't believe that. Not for a second. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Strange. Yeah, so those are the idea plans, at least through 24 and 28, maybe? We do want trade at some point, because we're going to need that to build banks. And eventually that's pretty much all we're going to be able to build. We're going to have so much money, I think. And trade is just good. For now, we're only going to have 2 merchants. And eventually we will want a little bit more than that. Any half price guys? Yes, we have a bunch of half price level ones. With the young guy. Yes, eventually we'll want 1, 2. I think just the 2 more. Aha, Korea is pulling forward a lot of trade. So much. He's applying 3 trade power and pulling the majority of North China's trade. Nice. Yeah, anyways, so that is the first episode of the second recording session. We have plans, and I think they're solid. It'll be a matter of, hey, guy popped out. The guy that I was talking about. Yeah, it'll be a matter of putting things into action, of course. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.